Hello, I'm Catherine Siebold, Executive Director here at Family Advocates. Our mission at Family Advocates works to strengthen families and keep kids safe by empowering everyday people, just like you, to protect and enrich the lives of youth. Safe kids, strong families, brave volunteers. To say it's been an interesting year might be an understatement, but one thing is for sure, we have quite a few highlights over the last year to celebrate. For starters, we gave over 300 mission tours. We participated in festivals and campaigns. We raised money and brought cheer to families in need. We were recognized for our hard work, transparency, and integrity, which we're very, very proud of. I began as the Executive Director in February 2020 and inherited a few things that were already in the works, such as our theme for the year of Bridge the Gap. In less than 2 months of learning a new job and getting to know the staff, our world changed with the pandemic. But we adapted quickly. We shifted resources in family strengthening to a hotline and deliveries of necessary resources, while shifting in-person classes to online classes. We asked guardian ad litems in the CASA program to make virtual visits with the children while trying to keep the child engaged. We learned new platforms such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams. We postponed our in-person annual luncheon and created a virtual Ask event to raise the funds that support our programs. And we morphed from an in-office staff to a work-at-home team. So Bridge the Gap took on an entirely new meaning in the new world. And with the help of our donors, volunteers, community partners, board of directors, and staff, we were able to bridge the gap we never anticipated bridging, and we did it with great success. Despite the challenges we faced, I watched an incredible staff innovate and stretch as they worked to improve the lives of Idaho children and families. I am proud of the perseverance and commitment of the Family Advocate team to continue to put the children and families we serve first. I am thankful for a board that works to ensure that resources were in place to support the needs that arose with tender and understanding hearts. I want to thank you all for your incredible support. Without you, we could not have accomplished all that we were able to do this year. As we embark on 2021, I'm excited for the future and for a year of what we call advancing hope. They say that of all the forces in the world, there is none so powerful as hope. Our hope is that we will continue to provide the best services to the children and families that we serve in our community in order to keep them safe, moving forward, striving to be better, seizing new opportunities, and learning new skills. Hope requires faith and trust in life, oneself, and others. And with you as our supporters, all things are possible. Thank you for trusting in us to help our foster children and at-risk families. The possibilities are truly endless. Thank you.
At Family Advocates, our family strengthening program has 2 main goals. Number 1, to prevent child abuse and neglect by providing knowledge and skills to increase the strength of families. And 2, to provide quality services, including education for parents and children, to improve the family system and build a healthy community. This year brought new challenges to our family strengthening program. Before the onset of the global pandemic, families met weekly where they shared a healthy meal and learned about new parenting techniques. The pandemic, however, made these face-to-face meetings a potentially unhealthy environment. We knew we couldn't give up, though. Families that struggle with isolation are reliant on opportunities to escape their everyday routines. They need encouragement and social connections. So the staff adapted the Family Strengthening Group curriculum. They created visuals such as PowerPoint presentations and online activities. Our staff also presented to over 160 community members on child abuse awareness and the programs we offer. Lastly, we incorporated a new service to deliver resources to families' doorsteps, like shampoo, body wash, diapers, and wipes. All to say, Family Strengthening continues to be a beacon of hope for families. On a programs level, volunteers updated our out-of-date, ineffective databases. The updates made volunteer and participant enrollment as easy as possible. These updates also boosted reporting for grants, streamlined reporting, and saved hundreds of hours. Beth came to family strengthening in the midst of a pandemic, wanting to learn how to be a better parent to her children. She said her greatest hope for the future was to raise a happy, healthy baby and to continue to be a stable, loving parent and person. What she got was so much more. Family strengthening provided her with, first and foremost, a safe place to talk. From there, the intake and case manager helped Beth find assistance by referring her to housing support, crisis counseling, child care assistance, and more. She then signed up for a family strengthening parent group that she could attend online. Beth became stronger and happier, helping her to be a better parent. But this was not without some hardships along the way. The main hardship for Beth stemmed from health problems in the family and ultimately unemployment due to COVID-19. Beth had recently lost her job, and due to her partner's high risk of getting sick, he was unable to go to work until they made accommodations. Family Strengthening heard about these struggles and were able to provide her with financial assistance through a generous one-time donation. This helped Beth pay rent and buy clothes for her baby. When the group came to a close, Beth expressed her gratitude. Family Strengthening has and continues to be such an amazing resource and support for us. Thank you for everything you've done for my family. This last year, our Family Strengthening offered 15 Family Strengthening courses, including 122 individual classes. All in all, 84 families were served across 3 counties. This last year, providing resources looked a little different. We logged over 1,718 miles delivering resources. Those deliveries affected 364 children and 178 families here in the Valley. Advancing Advocacy, our CASA program. Over the last 3 years, CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, has worked diligently to bridge the gaps of advocacy within our program. We built strategic growth plans, implemented logic models, used data management and quality assurance tools, and wrote our volunteer handbook. In fiscal year 2020, it felt as if the CASA staff and the children in our judicial footprint were able to reap some of the rewards of all that past hard work. The gap of unserved children dropped to less than 1%. This was the crowning achievement for the CASA program in fiscal year 2020. Almost immediately after our office closed, the CASA program started offering 100% virtual pre-service guardian ad litem training and was able to graduate new volunteers. CASA staff brainstormed new and exciting ways for guardians to meet with their children virtually, and a new data management system was rolled out to our volunteers to assist them in capturing their visitation notes, hours, and mileage. As we head into fiscal year 2021, we know that the CASA team is driven to keep advancing and supplying the community with the one thing we all need after a tumultuous year: hope. Our CASA program has made a significant impact here in the Treasure Valley, serving 455 children in Ada, Boise, Elmore, and Valley counties. That's an increase of 8.5% from last year. With all the work put in from so many volunteers, unserved children dropped to less than 1%. Many times, we focus a lot on numbers, but how do those numbers tie into the stories that are impacting lives? The number 3,253 meant a lot for the CASA team in fiscal year 2020. That number signified the number of days it took our longest CASA case to close. Eric is a volunteer guardian ad litem and served on the case from start to finish.
3,253 days. That's a long time. Over that period of time, he was put in quite a few different placements. I don't know, maybe 9, 10, 11 placements. And also, he probably had 7 different social workers that took over his case. And the biggest thing I could say that I did well was consistency. I never missed a weekly meeting. When he was in Hagerman, I went to visit him. When he was in Twin Falls, I went to visit him. When he was in Idaho Falls, I went to visit him. And I don't know how much it meant to him, but he said quite a bit, and he doesn't show emotions all that well, not as much as I do, but it wasn't always fun, but I can tell you it was worthwhile. Not having kids, that adoption was probably one of the the happiest things that's happened in my life. Happy for him, not me. Well, I guess for me too, because this was a good story, and I hope I had a part of it being a good story. He changed his first name, I think, to a basketball player, and he wanted a middle name, and he tried a few sports figures names, all for size, and his adoptive mom said usually middle names a lot of times are, when we give them to our child, they're based on someone that was important in their life, and he said, well, then it's Eric. So that was it, and that's my name. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Eric is just one example of the generous volunteers that each do their part to bridge the gap. In fiscal year 2020, we saw a total of 21,822 hours donated from the community. At Family Advocates, we're so incredibly thankful that even in the face of difficult times, there are individuals and local businesses who stand in the gap for others. To those community partners, we say thank you.
As you can clearly see, that's a long list of people just like you that believe in the hope that together we can strengthen families and keep kids safe by empowering people to protect and enrich the lives of youth. On behalf of everyone involved with Family Advocates, a truly sincere thank you.